好，欢迎收听唱歌学中文。Hi everybody, welcome to Sing and Learn Chinese. 今天我们要唱的歌 or today the song that we're going to learn is 好想爱这个世界 by 华晨宇. So 好想爱这个世界 means really want to love this world. The I is understood, the pronoun I. So I really want to love this world, or somebody really wants to be able to love this world, this life. So that's an intriguing title. And when we go through the lyrics, you'll see that the story is, if there's a story, the sentiment being expressed in the song is by a person who is struggling with life, but has somebody in their life who is a lifeline of sorts. So let's take a look at the lyrics. First line, we have 抱着沙发睡眼昏花凌乱头发. Okay, so 抱着 is to hug or to hold on to, embrace. 沙发 is a sofa, which is, I'm not sure how you hug a sofa, but I'm assuming he probably means something along the lines of like when you lie on a sofa and your arms are, hanging over it. Close enough, right? And then 睡眼. 睡means sleep, 眼 means eyes, so 睡眼 is like your eyes are sleepy. And then 昏花 means blurry, so you're blurry-eyed, basically. Then we have 凌乱, which is messy, and 头发 is your hair. So you've got an image here of a person, collapsed on a sofa, maybe just woken up or about to fall asleep, and their hair is messy. Then we have 却渴望像电影主角一样潇洒. So 却 means yet, 渴望 is longing, desire, hoping, and then 像 means to be like similar to. 电影主角 is the actor or the character in a movie. So 电影 is movie, and then 主角 is the protagonist. And then 一样 again is similar. So 像 and 一样, both, they're synonyms. So 像 is like, 一样 means just like, exactly the same as. And then 潇洒 is carefree, charismatic. So wanted, putting these two lines together, you've got a person who's lying on the sofa, whose hair is mussed, and they're wishing that they could be just like the main characters in the movies, who are so carefree and happy and, likable, whatever. Then we have 屋檐脚下排着乌鸦密密麻麻. Okay, so 屋檐 is the eaves, the roof of your building, the eaves. And then 脚下, 脚 is a corner, 下 is underneath, so under the eaves. And then 排着, 排 is to line up. 乌鸦 are crows, and then 密密麻麻 means they're densely packed. There's a lot of crows. And then we have, I think that line was probably there more for the rhyme and also for the atmosphere. So it doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, but, he's just kind of painting a picture here. You've got a person lying on the couch. Maybe they're depressed, who knows? You've got some crows packed together under the eaves of some building, kind of a dark omen. I don't know. All right, then we have 被压抑的情绪不知如何表达. So 被 means has been, so passive action, like something is being done to you. And then 压抑 is pressed, suppressed, repressed. 情绪 is emotion. So emotions that have been repressed. 被压抑的情绪 is emotions that are repressed. 不知 don't know. 不 means not. 知 is short for 知道, which is know, so don't know. 如何 means how to. 表达 is to express. So repressed, the I is assumed, or whoever, the pronoun, whoever the actor is, or the subject of the sentence is not very clear, but 被压抑的情绪不知如何表达. We can assume that the narrator of the song, the speaker, I guess you could say, is saying, these emotions that I have suppressed or repressed for so long, I don't know how to express anymore. Then we have 无论我在这里在那里. So 无论 means whether or not, or no matter, and then 我 is I, 在这里 am here, 在那里 am there, so whether I'm here or I'm over there. 仿佛失魂的虫鸣. 仿佛 is like as if, I seem to be, I'm kind of like. 失魂 means lost the soul. 失 is lose, 魂 is soul, so soulless, lost the soul. Soulless, 虫鸣 is insect sounds. Like if you've ever, on a summer night, you hear cicadas or crickets or something going, making that kind of unearthly sound. So he is saying, it's as if I'm a soulless insect crying, or I am the sound of the insect crying. Then we have 却明白此刻应该做些努力。却 means yet or still, however, but 明白 means understand. 此刻 means in this moment. 应该 means I should. 做 means to do, and then 些 means a little bit, so 一些 some. And then 努力 is effort or work. So it's like, yet I understand in this moment that I should expend some effort. I should put some work into this. Even though all the stuff before has been going on, even though I feel like a soulless insect cry, I feel like I should put some effort in. I don't know, if you've ever experienced depression or something, this might resonate with you. Okay, then we have 不能弥补的过去。每当想起, so 不能 means it's unable to, cannot. 弥补 is make up for, and then 过去 is past. So that word 的, it's a little difficult to describe. It kind of makes it so that everything before the describes the thing after. So 过去 is past, and then 不能弥补 means unable to make up for, unable to make restitution for. So the past that I cannot make restitution for, in other words. Then 每当想起, whenever is 每当 is whenever, and then 想起 is think of it. So whenever I think of the past that I cannot make up for, the past that I cannot make restitution for. So something in his past he regrets. And then 想过离开. Okay, going back to this line, this is probably tied to the line before, which is the 却明白此刻应该做些努力，不能弥补的过去，每当想起. So the grammar is a little bit odd, but lyrics, whatever. It should be 每当想起不能弥补的过去. That you should have those in different positions if you're speaking, but this is a song, so whatever. But basically he's saying, every time I think about the past that I could not make up for, I think to myself that I should in this moment do some work, put some effort, do something to try to make up for it, in other words. All right, so moving on to 想过离开. So this is the chorus. 想过 means have thought of, have considered. 离开 means leaving. So you can imagine what that means. I have thought of leaving before. 以这个方式存在, and then new thought. 以这个方式 means using this method of, or by this method of 存在 existence. So continuing, 是因为那些旁白, 那些姿态, 那些伤害. So the start from 以这个方式存在, and then connect it to this line, which means the reason why I am existing in this way, in this manner, 是因为 is because of, 那些 means those, 旁白, narration, commentary, outside voices. It's actually more like asides or voiceovers. It's a type of stage acting, I think, where the actor can actually directly address the audience and the other people on the stage cannot hear them. So it's like an aside, basically. So 那些旁白, those asides, 那些姿态, those postures, positions, poses, and then 那些伤害. And then, of course, we get to the key word is the third word, which is harm, the hurt that this person has experienced. That is the reason why they are existing in this manner. Then we have 不想离开, don't want to leave. So that's different from 想要离开, right? Earlier we had 想要离开, want to leave. Now we have 不想离开, don't want to leave, don't want to go. 当你说还有你在. So why doesn't this person want to go? Because 当你说, when you say 还有你在means you are still here. Like, I don't want to leave when you say that you're still here. And then we've got 忽然我开始莫名期待. 忽然 means suddenly, 我开始, I start to. 莫名 means like strangely, inexplicably. 期待, look forward to something. I suddenly feel a strange sense of anticipation and hope. Right? Then we have, back to the verses, 夕阳西下. So the 夕阳 is the sunset, and then 西下, it sets in the west, right? So the first 西 means the fading of the sunlight. Yang is short for 太阳, which is sun. The second 西, which is written differently but pronounced exactly the same, it's a homophone, means west, and then 下 means going down. So the setting sun sets in the west, right? The sunset fades, and then 翻着电话 翻 is to flip through, and then 电话 is your phone. So flipping through the phone. 无人拨打 no one is calling, or no one to call. 无人 means no person, and then 拨打 is to call, as in calling on the phone. And then 是习惯孤独的我该得到的吧 This is, so this whole thing that he just talked about is 习惯孤独的我 So 习惯 means habituated to, used to, and then 孤独 is lonely, and then 我 is me. So the me who is used to being lonely is what that means. Remember that the in the middle means that whatever the stuff before it, the descriptor before the describes the noun behind the. So 习惯孤独的我 means the me who is used to being lonely. 该得到的吧 该 means should, deserves to, and then 得到 is to receive, and then 的 we have the 的吧 the again, and then 吧 is not so, I guess. It's not exactly a word, it's kind of like a tone. Almost like in English, we have certain words like that as well. You've got a, like, what do you think, a? A doesn't mean anything. It's just kind of like, oh, what do you think? Kind of doubling up that what do you think feeling. All right, so 是习惯孤独的我该得到的吧 So going back, connecting these two lines, we have 夕阳西下翻着电话无人拨打是习惯孤独的我应该得到的吧 So as the sun sets, sitting around, flipping through the phone, nobody to call or nobody calling me, this situation is what I deserve, right? And then we have 独木桥呀把谁推下才算赢家 So 独木 独 means single, 木 is wood, single plank, a single plank of wood. 桥 is bridge. So it's a metaphor for a competition because, like if there's two people on a single planked bridge, only one can pass, right? One's going to fall off. So 把谁推下 So who is going to be pushed off? And then 才算赢家才算 is counts as, is then counted as the 赢家 winner. So on a single plank bridge or in a competition, who do 把谁推下才算赢家 It's like, who do I need to push off in order to be considered the winner? Something along those lines. Then we have 我无声的反抗何时能战胜它 So 我 I 无声 is soundlessly, silently. 反抗 is resist. And then 何时 is a slightly fancier way of saying when. It's shorter and fancier to say at what time, when. 能 can or be able to. 战胜 is to fight until you win. So to overcome, 它 is it. 我无声的反抗何时能战胜它 So I resist silently, soundlessly. And when can I win? When will I overcome this? When will I overcome it? Whatever it is. Maybe depression, maybe this difficult life, whatever. Okay. Then we have 也许尝试过被爱 So 也许 is maybe, perhaps. 尝试过 means have tried, have tasted, have sampled. 被爱 is the feeling of being loved. So not to love, but be loved. And then 会开始仰望未来 Will, 会 is will in this case. 开始 is start to. 仰望 is look up to or hope for, long for. 未来 is the future. So maybe those who have tried being loved will look forward to or begin to look up to, hope for the future. And then we have 伤疤 which is scars. 就丢给回忆吧 It's like 丢 is to throw. 就丢给 it's like just throw it to. 回忆 is memories. So all the scars, just throw them to your memories. Throw them in the memories. That's a 丢给回忆吧 It's a little bit of an artistic way of saying things. You might not necessarily hear people say this out loud in regular speech necessarily. Okay, so then we have 放下 is to put down, in other words, let go. 才得到更好啊 So then, 才 means then. In that case, when you put something down, then you can 得到 receive 更好 better. Receive something better. And then is another one of those, not really a word, it's more of an emphasis, a tone, a feeling kind of sound. Then we have 别怕 别怕 is don't be afraid, don't be afraid. 怕 is to be afraid, and 别 is don't, so don't be afraid. And then we have 当阳光败给阴霾 So 当 is when, 阳光 is the light of the sun, sunlight. So you've seen yang already. We were talking about 夕阳 which is sunset. 阳光 is sunlight. So 当阳光 when the sunlight 败给 means fails to or loses to, is defeated by. like we're talking competition, right? And then 阴霾 is gloom. 阴 is like shadow, so 阴霾 gloom. Then we have 没想到 never thought that. 你会 you will 拼命为我拨开. 拼命 is very desperately, very urgently. So 命 means life, and then 拼命 is almost like you're gambling your life to do it. You're putting your life on the line in order to do this action. What is the action? 拨开 is to push away. So the line before was like when the sunlight has been defeated by the gloom. Never thought that you would be there helping me to push it away. Not just helping me to push it away, but putting your whole life energy into it. So this person is saying to this listener, like, you have done this for me. You know, he's obviously in a dark place, and this person, whoever he's talking to, is trying to help him push away the darkness. Then we have 曾想过离开. 曾 means once in the past. 想过 have thought of. 离开 leaving. 却又坚持到现在. But 又 again still. 坚持 is persisted until. 到 is until. 现在 now. So I have thought of leaving before, but I've persisted until now. 熬过了. 熬过 is to endure. 那些旁白, 那些姿态, 那些伤害. So we've seen these 3 lines before. 旁白 is the asides, and then 姿态 is the stance, posture, whatever, and then 伤害 is harm or wounds. So I have endured all of those asides, all of those postures, you know, those people looking down on me, all the harm. And then 当你的笑容绽开, when your smile blooms. 当你的 when your 笑容 smile 绽开 blooms or bloomed. 这世界突然填满色彩. Okay, so when your smile blooms, 这世界 this world 突然 suddenly 填满 is filled with 色彩 color. So when you smile, suddenly this world is colorful, it's filled with color. Then we have again 夕阳西下, 接通电话是你啊. So the last time 夕阳西下, he was talking about when the sun sets, I'm sitting there scrolling through my phone and there's no one to call, there's no one calling me. Now we have 夕阳西下, the sunset falls, or the sun sets. 接通电话 means I pick up a call. 接 means to pick up. 通 is the counter word for 电话 calls. So I pick up the phone. Somebody's calling me, I pick up the phone. 是你啊, it's you. And that's it. That's the song. You know, it started out sounding a little bit like, if you listen to the actual song, it is a little, what's the word? It's kind of low-key, not low-key, it's a little subdued. It's a little sad. But the lyrics, they start out kind of dark, and then near the end, there's this twist into hope. Like, this person is obviously in a dark place, but because they've got this friend, the family member, whoever they're singing about or to, who has kept them going, who has given them hope when they needed it most. And I'm sure we all have people like that in our lives, or hopefully we do. And if you don't right now, hopefully you will soon. Or you can be that person. More importantly, you can be that person for someone else. Anyways, that is today's song. If you also have a song request, would like to see me analyze, explain the lyrics to your favorite Chinese song, feel free to leave a comment, email me, you know the drill. And until we sing again, 再见.